Hey, and welcome to Neon City Daily. I'm Jamie.
I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Dave.
And we can wave to you.
It's handy that we sat in the right order as well. So it
Hold on,
works.
sorry.
It
stop.
was good.
And we've got
We've got these microphones.
a lot to talk about.
All right. Of course.
We always have a lot
You
to
worked
do.
on it last week and then suddenly you don't do
It's
it.
gone now.
I
He's
told
used
you
it up.
that was just my plan to do it as long as I could until you called me on it, and it took like 200 episodes, and finally you've done it, and I can be at
Oh,
peace
right, you
now.
You can
Stop
rest
now.
now. Yeah.
So yeah, we have a lot has changed.
Yeah.
You can
With-
see us, which depending on the feedback might stop next week.
good or bad.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah. Bonus or negative, you decide.
And if you look at Nick's hat, oh yeah, we have a sponsor, Modern Musician in Brisbane Street, Hobart. Kindly provided us with some proper recording
Yeah,
equipment.
very, very
It's
kind.
nice. It's
Yeah.
good gear.
yeah.
So
Thank you.
Props to them. Go and see Nick for all your podcasting
Not
needs. Any instruments that you need, just tell him that we sent you.
Us.
You won't get it for free.
You tell him we sent you, he'll be like, all right.
Great.
And
Sweet.
then he'll charge you full price.
Yeah.
We're really not that close. I just have some
Buy
really
two,
bad info
pay
on
for
him.
both of them. Yeah.
He owes me a big favour.
Does he?
No.
Wow.
But yeah, so we're going to be rocking the Modern Musician gear. Hopefully we sound better.
Would you
I
say?
thought we sounded right before.
Would you
but
say
yeah.
that the sound quality, thanks to Modern Musician, is now crisp and stellar?
Let's see what it comes out as. Because if we say that now,
And it goes
and
badly
it goes
somehow.
bad,
yeah.
we're just going to drop them
The
in.
problem
it, yeah.
is we know that it's going to be us that made it go badly
Yeah.
somehow.
Alright, but
so-
when you- clear.
Would you say that the service of Modern Musician is excellent and helpful? Their prices perhaps affordable.
Yes.
Great.
They know more than what we do, and they
Yeah.
They
kind
do.
of figured
They do.
out what we
Yeah,
what
we did.
were after.
I did go to them with a very specific use case that we wanted to sit around a table.
Four
It wasn't
dickheads
huge.
talking to
Yeah.
four microphones.
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah,
do?
do.
We wanted to sound like, I mean, we don't know what we're talking about, but we wanted to sound good doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is it, and lo and behold, they came to the party.
Here we be.
Yeah. Thanks.
They're first on board this Neon City train, and hopefully they'll stick around after they hear this.
Yep. So huge thank you to Modern Musician, and big thank you to whoever made that amazing Neon City Daily logo in the background there.
Oh my gosh, we'll focus on it later. It's a bit blurry at the moment. If you're watching this, so yeah, the other new thing is no one wanted to give me webcams for free, so I bought them.
Yeah.
I'll cut that out because I can. And I set them up, and so you can now watch us on YouTube. Now, for you, bit of house cleaning. Several people have asked us about the website and why it hasn't been updated.
It's a great question.
It's a good question.
I've been,
Have
about
you,
to say
Josh?
you've been busy. What have you been doing, Josh? What's been keeping you so busy, Josh?
applying for jobs.
Is it been painting
Being a
miniatures,
dad.
Josh?
No. Anyway, the website will be updated soon by the end of this weekend. So by the time
Nice.
you're hearing this, it should be up to date.
Should be updated.
We had some technical issues in my defence.
We did have a
And
couple.
Unbeknownst to me, that resulted in the loss of some data, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll all be up to date. But honestly, if you're listening to it on the website, don't.
Really?
Only because I can't track statistics of listens.
They don't care about you.
I do.
They know you do.
I want to know if you've listened to it. So go to Spotify, Amazon, Google,
YouTube.
literally anywhere except the website where I think we've told people to go.
We have
Yeah.
told people to
Yeah.
go there since our inception.
I dare you all to listen on the website.
Well, next time when I tell you our statistics are 0, you'll know why.
I'm like,
That's it.
yeah, we're doing it. We're crushing it.
Yeah, we're beating it out.
I'll
beating it out.
I'll update the website.
Good.
Thank you,
Good,
Josh.
Josh. I'm glad.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Josh, webmaster of the Neon City Daily podcast.
Yeah. How we got a sponsor is beyond me.
Pity.
Yeah.
Pity, I think.
Yeah.
They had a listen. Oh,
Well,
doesn't sound good.
nothing is going to make them glad that they've done this than us going like, how did we get this sponsor 5 minutes in?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's because they are a very good sponsor, and we managed to score them. And
But
that's
to be fair, that is actually really cool that we just go out on something that's just starting up realistically. And
some homegrown talent. They
This is
wanted to
gonna
get
be a
on
big
board with
boost.
some- yeah. If you're a local Tasmanian, definitely get on board with Mon Musician for all your music needs, studio, live recording, podcasting. They'll help you out.
If you're a foreign Tasmanian, congratulations on becoming a Tasmanian.
Well, you shouldn't be here because you've probably got corona.
I was
and we
going to
don't
say,
want you-
That's-
how'd you sneak in?
Yeah. Jamie was literally on the last plane that was allowed
Yeah, I
in.
started But I'm a national, so it's fine.
All right. What's everyone been playing?
So gaming, yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Josh, you're in front of me, so you're the first one today.
Well, I've been setting this up most of the week. I still haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn.
wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's installed.
Oh boy, this bodes well.
Yeah.
I got Remnant
Oh, yeah, on the
Did you
Epic
play it
Store
from
'cause it was
Ashes.
free.
No,
All right,
installed it. Haven't played it.
Nice.
Troy.
Really, I played some LOL.
Wow.
Yeah, something a bit
Wow.
different.
Big week. Big week for Josh.
Yeah.
We did play more Warhammer, though. I will say that. We did take up some days.
Not this week.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably see in the picture. We're on the Warhammer mat.
Oh, yeah, because we just needed to get this going.
Yeah, we played Warhammer, but we've also hit some Vermintide. But that was before last week. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
that was before
Yeah,
last
That's a
week.
little bit ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keen for more of that. That was good fun.
Yeah, that was
It
good.
was, yeah. We should play more of that.
This is some sick gaming news.
I
and
did hear that at
commentary.
least Dave had been playing some more games.
Oh yeah, what have you played,
So-
Dave?
Old things that I got for free on the Epic Store. So I picked up
Nice.
some Torchlight 2, which was good fun.
Yeah.
And some Borderlands 2.
Cool.
Very briefly, I was like playing the other night. I went, I need to go to bed now.
What level are you?
I have no idea.
This
Probably like,
this is good. This
probably
is
like
good.
one.
Yeah.
I do.
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
I think was it you that hadn't played Borderlands before?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I was kind of wondering how you'd feel about it once you got to it because it is one of those games where at the time felt really good, but now looking back at it, it's a bit odd. It's a little bit off. So how did it feel, Dave?
It's just the annoying robot talking to me. And
Oh, he's
Oh.
the best.
He's the worst.
He's the
Yeah.
best.
Yeah, like-
Claptrap.
There are two
Yeah.
types
Yeah.
of people. There are people with taste and people who like claptrap.
I mean, and the slightly cel-shaded look to the game is interesting.
Yeah.
But look, yeah, it's a game.
Do you
Yeah, I
think
played it.
cel-shading
So-
games are harder to run, or are they made that way
No.
and they're easier to run?
Yep.
I think it doesn't really matter because it's a type of rendering.
Yeah. It depends on the game more than anything. I think.
Yeah, it's more about the engine because Borderlands 3 ran like garbage and like
It did, didn't it?
and
Yeah.
its graphical style wasn't that much different from Borderlands 2. It was just the way that they were rendering it.
It depends what other decisions they're making in the background.
Yeah.
I do
How
remember
fancy, what effects and stuff they decide to go with, I guess.
there was something. I think it might have even been. Do any of you guys remember 13?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
Like
aware
when
of
I
it.
was 13?
Yes, Josh.
Yeah,
when
that
you
was a
were
very
13 and it was cel shaded.
I remember looking in the PC
and
Power Play, seeing cel-shaded things. It looked cool.
I do remember having a lot of trouble running that at the time when it came out because it did something weird with the shadows and how it rendered them. And because like that, like the texturing and everything was like really clean and nice and simple, but it just added this like shading layer, shadow layer that hit these things and just went.
To be fair,
it all
like
went wrong.
13 came out a long time ago.
Oh, no,
I
it was
think
a long time
I think
ago.
that was when we were running like Voodoo 2.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, any kind of...
What do you mean I need a 3D card? Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Software rendering forever.
I've got this Matrox 2D card. It's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm going to plug another one into it.
Why would I ever want a 3D card to play Quake? What a ripoff.
What a rip-off. Yeah.
Wow, so Borderlands and anything else?
A bit more League of Legends.
Yeah.
We've been having some good times with it.
Yeah.
It's
We
been-
went on a win streak.
It actually, this is really
finally
good,
happened.
the way that we got this set up, because now the people at home can see the disgust on our faces whenever you guys bring up League of Legends.
Oh, it's incredible. I think we had six So for some context, we never win.
Right.
When we,
Yeah,
Well, we've been through a period where it just
Well, particularly when we're in the same room.
Mm.
We just don't seem to win on the days where we decide to play, like Dave comes
Yeah.
around or something. So to be on like 6-7 game win streak feels good.
I haven't even been on a one. Oh no, I've been on a 1 game win streak because Sam won it. But other than that, like that was it. Yeah.
Although I did get stalked by that last guy.
Oh, yeah, he loved you.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, wait, no, he
I
hated
didn't tell
you.
you. I didn't tell you guys about that.
You
That
told-
was-
you told
no,
me.
this is.
Did I? No,
Which-
this was
which-
like literally like yesterday or day
which,
before.
which one? Which guy?
Oh
The-
wow.
So
Wow.
he at the end of the game, he got really aggressive in the post game lobby.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Towards
yeah,
his,
the,
his
yeah.
team. Well, no, it was very general. You didn't know if he was talking to his team or
Yeah.
us. And anyway, he went to the point where he unironically invited people to come and fight him at his house. In
1v1
real life.
me in Bilger Street. Bitch.
Yeah, did he give you the
Yeah.
address?
Yeah, he gave a full address. I Google mapped it, and it was an apartment block, and he didn't give me an apartment number. So I'm just like playing along, and I'm like, "What's the apartment number?"
Yeah.
It was
He said, like-
hilarious.
and he said like,
What'd you do?
15 or whatever. And I'm like, cool, see you soon. And then I thought nothing of it. We jumped out of the lobby.
Yeah.
And we went on to our next game. Next thing I know, he's added me on LOL.
Wow.
So I think it was
Wow.
after the next game, I accepted that.
That's awesome.
And
Yeah.
all he said to me was go to Reddit. I'm like,
Why?
okay. What subreddit? Like the League of Legends?
Yeah,
Or
like
maybe he
which-
took a screenshot
there's-
or some gameplay footage or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, he PM'd me on there. He found me on Reddit,
Right.
which admittedly I've got the same
Username, yeah.
Not hard to do. But because he stalked my Reddit, he found out where I lived. Like Hobart.
Right. Okay. So
And so he was like, "Oh, are you coming all the way from Hobart, or what's the going?" Like, but so I switched back to LOL to talk to
Yeah.
him in real time,
right.
and he was genuinely concerned that I said I would see him soon. so he was following up on me.
Wow.
He said,
wow.
"Oh, I added everyone else who was mean to me in the game, and they're all
What?
cowards. They haven't accepted my thing, so I can't talk to them."
Right.
And I'm like, okay, like.
It's League of
I
Legends.
said, "What do you expect?" You literally gave your address out, real
Yeah,
or
that's
not.
weird.
So he was nervous. So he gave out the address. You said yes, and then he kind of like sat back and went
Had a
like,
freak out
Oh.
moment.
"Shit, is he
He
coming
reported me.
Wow.
Onto
For-
right.
for doxing?"
It's probably like my first report. Like nothing's. I haven't logged in, so I don't think I've been like banned or anything.
Maybe.
What a mercy it would be
Um,
if you were though.
Yeah,
Oh.
but basically for threatening to go and get a punch on in real life. I'm like,
After
"You
he's invited you to do it."
me."
Invited you.
So I
yeah.
said to him, because I don't know, he seemed a little bit naive to it. And I'm like, dude, for one, it's a game. You don't have
Yeah.
to get cranky in any
Lose
kind
your
of chat.
mind.
Just like, and he's like, oh, it's just, no, he said, oh, it's Australians. Australians, I don't want them in my country.
What?
I'm like, oh, okay. So maybe he gave me a false address and he's actually, because sometimes we get like Vietnamese people or something like
Right.
that. It must be an overflow or oceanic server or something like
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
that. But no, he's from WA.
I hate Australians.
What?
I am
But
Australian.
They are like a separate country.
Yeah,
isn't it?
he's
River Hut
very
province.
passionate. He doesn't want WA to be part of Australia.
He's a
What?
secessionist.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Like hardcore. Like
How-
sent me websites to support the cause.
What
and,
is?
How did
and I'm
you
like,
get?
and I'm like, how do you not know that the people you're playing with? That could have been from WA. And he's like, no, there's no. I've never played with a toxic person from WA.
But you're the toxic person from WA.
I was going to say you're right there.
It was the most bizarre thing. Like he's
Oh,
literally
that's weird.
reached out to
Gold.
me to fight. I've just played along.
It was
Then
funny
he got
in the chat
scared
afterwards. Yeah.
that I would actually do it. Reported me for it,
Wow.
and then basically kind of sucked up to me, basically saying, "Oh,
Tried to get
you're-
you into the cause.
Well, no, you're not a coward. You accepted my friend request, and we've talked it out." And
You're-
What? That doesn't mean you're not a coward. I'm sorry. It's not a brave thing.
I'm
You're
like,
all
"Alright,"
right.
but I said to him, I said, dude, like, maybe this game's not for you. Like,
Yeah.
you can't be. One, you can't be throwing that info out there.
No.
Kick your ass.
Like, two, one, it's a game. Just have fun. We all get
Yeah.
cranky and stuff, but like, that's just don't, And two, if you put that out there, what did you expect?
Someone's gonna.
Someone's gonna call you out.
Well,
on
you know
it.
Someone's gonna mess
All right,
with
all
you.
right,
It's
all
the
right.
internet.
You know
What are you
You know
doing?
what
Yeah.
you should have done? You should have sent him a glitter bomb. Like just you open it and just like all these like glittery dicks come out.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
like, is it a real address? Because I'm like, dude, if that is, like, you really don't need, like,
Nah,
do
don't.
that.
No.
And he's
do
like,
that.
oh, it's the right address, wrong apartment. I'm like, that. Oh man,
That's worse in some
Yeah,
ways because
that's
some other
actually-
poor sucker's going to get
Yeah.
something to
I
do.
reckon. I still think you should have rolled the dice and sent the glitter bomb.
Just be like, for the angry, toxic LOL player. If this
Yeah.
isn't you, I'm sorry.
Yeah, like if
His
this
neighbours
is-
will be like, "Oh no, that's you over there."
Yeah.
if this isn't like Sockman 98, then blame League of
But
Legends.
yeah, it was by far the most bizarre.
That's a weird interaction.
I was gonna say gaming experience, but like just online experience. Like,
Yeah.
How weird.
it was just weird. And then yeah, of course he kind of sucked up to me, and it was all good. And he was telling me he's taken on board my advice, and then he went on to about how Australians. I'm like, oh, you're not in Australia, like. And he's like, no, I am, but WA, and you know, I don't want us to be part of Australia.
Well, I mean, it's geography, my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of. You can't separate it and float
Well,
it away.
I just said like, you do you. Like, I said I'm gonna play now. I'm gonna log out or whatever.
See ya.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. See you, buddy.
That was
I'm not-
just
oh.
interesting. That was out there.
It's weird.
He's
is what it
probably
was.
listening because my
See.
Reddit account is.
Oh,
I've promoted
wow.
Neon City.
Wow.
Daily.
Wow,
That's
nice.
So
Yeah, you've done
He'll
it.
see your face. He'll see where you
Yeah.
live.
Yep. Yeah. Look at that. You can identify it.
But see, my like recent like semi-toxic interactions online lately have nothing on that. Like you've actually killed something that I was going to maybe talk about later on
It was bizarre. It was- yeah.
that blows it out of the water because
Now it's just light and fluffy. really,
exactly
isn't it?
now it's just kind of ha chuckles. This
Yeah,
happened.
the closest thing I've had to a toxic experience online in a long time was one time I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 and some guy tried to shoot me. So I hogtied him with a lasso and like
Yeah.
put him on my horse and just rode him to a jail. And he kept trying to break out, but it was a reinforced lasso. So I kept just punching him in the face.
Yeah.
And he never logged out or anything. He just took it. And so I'm just like, I'm riding for a long time, just smacking this guy in the head over and over again. And then I take him to a jail and just throw him in the jail and ride off. And then he tries to shoot me, so I shoot him and he dies. And I mean, justice was served, but I felt mean because I was like just riding along with this poor schmuck, like my prisoner.
Yeah.
I thought he would log out when he realized, no, I can't get out. There's
Yeah,
nothing I
you
can
just
do.
leave, surely.
And I don't know if he was a new player, because if so, haha. But like he started
He's not new to it anymore.
He started
Yeah.
something, and yeah, that was his initiation. It was like blood in, blood out, you know.
Did you guys cop anything when you played Halo online? Because every now and then on Reddit you see screenshots, particularly in like they're all Xbox chat screenshots.
Xbox chats.
I got one where it was like, aside from like before Xbox Live parties were a thing and you could
Yeah,
talk
and
to
you had to
everybody,
talk.
like there was
Yeah.
definitely times where we would run into people who would like say some stuff, but generally it was all pretty casual actually.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we never played ranked, so that was
No,
another
that
thing.
was another thing.
But there was one time when I was playing and I shot someone and it was probably a really cool kill because he got mad. mad enough to go and look at my profile, and
Yeah.
my profile, all it said was, "Wow, it's Jamie." And I got this message going like, "Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you're Jamie. No one cares
That's
at all.
right.
Nobody cares." And I'm just like, except you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearly you care a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
So weird though.
Just make out with your mic a bit more for me. Yeah.
But no, I actually never got any specific messages on Xbox Live. I felt it a little bit left out because I never got it with Halo. Halo was never a thing. It was as soon as I started playing Siege, it was constant.
Oh yeah,
It was all the time. And it was every time. It just ended up getting onto a point where I'd ask if they were 12 and they'd tell me that didn't matter. And like,
what my age is.
yeah, but that was the thing. Like, that was,
matter.
Maybe
Yeah.
they were going to call you ageist.
Well, I mean, they
That
can.
was the next insult.
That's fine
Yeah.
because they're 12.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, I don't really
Got
care.
a lol story though. Remember we played, it was you, me and Steven. We played the 3v3 map.
Oh, no.
And
Oh, yeah.
there were these
Sound like a terrible idea
kids
anyway.
who quickly revealed themselves as kids.
Oh.
Like they were beating us badly.
Yeah.
And 3v3, unlike 5v5, goes a lot quicker.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
yeah.
But we just clawed that game back. It was one of the longest games I've had. It was a 3v3,
Oh,
and
wow.
they were just basically just tearing us apart for being old because we didn't know what a Beyblade was.
Yeah, that's right.
I still don't really.
No, it's like a
They got a
toy
vague
weapon thing or
idea.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
See, the only
how do you
actual
explain a Beyblade to someone who doesn't know what it is?
spins.
You
Yeah,
let it
that's all
rip,
I know.
and
Yeah.
and you kind of it's almost like those dragonfly fairywinkle things from when we were kids. Only instead of like you pull it
Oh,
and like a
you-
thing flies
they
up in the
fly.
sky.
Oh, yeah.
You pull it and like a Tarzo lands in like a little arena, and the other guy makes his Tarzo do it, and they kind of like
And it
plonk at each
battles.
other. And
Yeah,
and the one
it
that
battles.
falls out or falls over or
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
doesn't win the Beyblade battle.
Right.
Oh.
Anyway, we had never really heard about Beyblades at this point, and I was playing Garen, who spins around. And as
right.
you recall from what I just told you, the Beyblade spins.
There's, I see a connection there.
So,
Very good.
yeah, and so did they, and they voiced it, and we were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And so then they were like, "Oh, you're old," and we're like, "Oh, you're young."
Yeah.
And then
It was bizarre, but
And-
then we beat them,
Uh,
and I've never typed so fast in my life. So many insults ready to go, but only if we won.
Did you have them ready just to like paste in?
Yeah, I should have macroed them.
do you,
Yeah.
do you remember some of the things that you said to these children?
Oh no, I just basically said we laid the smack down on you, like
how
these
many
old fingers
mums
are
were you
fast.
banging? Like, just how many of them were you just having at?
You definitely told them that you'd be in their mum's room if they needed you.
No, that's right. No. I said, "Are you allowed in your mum's room?"
Oh.
And people go, "Huh? Of course I am." I'm like, "Can you wake me up at 8 in the morning?"
See, you do remember what you said.
Yeah, you got it. You got it.
And then they got like racist angry at you because
Wow.
you spelt mum with a U, and they're like, "We hate English people."
Wow. Wow.
Oh, yes, this is back on the NA service. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
Yeah, that's what you
Jeez.
had to share, and it was like a constant
Cool.
one. I will always remember I was a constant 192 ping.
yeah.
But interestingly enough, the 192 ping back then, and whether it's just rose-colored glasses or something, doesn't feel like if I got a 192 ping now.
That's rose colour.
Now it feels like a lot more severe.
That's because you're used to having a real ping, and suddenly if you go
Yeah.
back to that 192 lag, you're like, "Oh, I can't believe it."
Why
But
have I
to
done
play how we did on 192, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, you
Like
got-
that was nasty.
It takes a lot of skill to not rage quit playing a game with 192 ping.
Speaking of Siege,
Yeah.
Sam Fisher. I put this on the Facebook.
Oh,
I'm very
that's
excited.
right.
Sam
Yeah.
Fisher is up there on the shelf.
He's coming into
Very
it.
excited.
Can he do like the leg splits on the ceiling?
I hope so. He's old though. They're bringing in like old man.
Yeah, no,
Fisher,
it's
like,
old man Fisher. So
He's
he's probably got a
still spry.
punch
I
button.
actually think they've never gone back and made him young Fisher. Like it's interesting as
No.
the games they release them, that it's like in real time in the sense
Yeah,
that
yeah.
well,
Well,
I don't really.
I think they kind of realized that, like, as a franchise and as people that liked it were playing along with it, it was kind of going to feed to them that if they.
Sponsor me, Mac.
I just thought as you picked it up, it's going to feed them if they make like older, grizzled, operative, cranky
Yeah.
man. So, because we're all getting older and more grizzled and cranky man.
I got so excited when I saw they were doing a TV show.
Oh, that's right.
Netflix
yeah,
and Ubisoft were teaming up, but it's animated.
Yeah,
Not to rag on animation, but
You were a bit
Your
too quick on that.
vocation is garbage, and I'm telling you now.
but I wanted live action.
Come
Yeah.
fight me at my
Like give me
address.
an MA.
Which may or may not be real.
Yeah.
I'll give you a lift home, and then we'll get out of the car and fly.
Bye. I'm getting dropped off second things.
Yeah. But I wanted like a not violence for violence sake, but I
Yeah,
wanted an
but-
adult like because unpopular opinion, I really enjoyed Splinter Cell, the Prison Breakout one.
No, that was good. Conviction.
Double Agent.
Conviction, wasn't it?
No, Conviction was the one afterwards.
Oh,
Double
okay.
Agent was the one where you infiltrated the
Oh,
prison.
that's right,
And,
yeah.
and you
Yeah.
still
You had to break out at the start of
You
it.
were
Yeah.
breaking out of prison at the very beginning, and you still had like some bullshit gadget on your back that told you what your health was.
That's
and
right,
it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah.
I
Or
can't
if they
believe
could
let
see
him
you
have
on
that.
it.
Yeah.
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 Surely
Yeah,
that's
but I actually
confiscated.
really liked that. Like
Yeah,
the
no, I did
storyline
enjoy
and
it.
stuff.
I did.
Yeah.
That was the first Splinter Cell that I actually finished. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That and people didn't really like I think it was the last one. Where you're based on the plane. That was like your HQ and you would fly around the world. Like after missions, you go back to the plane. I can't remember what it's called.
don't
now.
even remember now.
I don't even
Yeah.
know what came after Conviction, to be
Some
honest.
kind of terror list. Blacklist. Blacklist? Might have been Blacklist.
Black
Might have been
Ops.
Blacklist.
Blops, COD Blops.
Or am I thinking of there's a TV
Just
show
run
called
with word
Blacklist.
association. Yeah, no, because the one after Double Agent,
People can see me
was-
sneaking my phone in for research.
Yeah, that's it. I've actually told myself I can't pick it up to try and do that now. But
What if you just like stealth it? Right.
because he went away from Third Echelon, and he was just walking around
Yeah.
wearing like a woolen jumper and some cargos.
Did you play the game with him? Did you play the game?
I did play the game with
yeah.
Sam Fisher.
Yeah.
No, where he was in Wildlands,
Yeah.
the mission.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty easy
That was-
once you've played. Well, they kind of started up here
Yeah.
with the Predator.
Yeah.
That was pretty.
That was a
difficult,
brutal mission.
Yeah,
like
that
if
was
you
pretty
want to take a semi-real, like actiony game, simmy thing, and go here, have an alien that can go invisible, and he beat the piss out
Well,
of
he
you.
just took too many bullets, and there were two of him.
Yeah.
Like, they were trying to. They thought they were so clever. They're like, oh, he goes invisible, and then it'll be really tricky, and they'll think he's like, where is he? We don't know where he is. But in fact, there were two, and that one would just be activated, and be like, I'm over here, I'm over here.
So it was
And
Chaos Theory.
It became
Right.
very noticeable that there was two.
Chaos Theory into Essentials. I don't know. Maybe that's mobile or something.
I surely that's got to be like a
Essentials was an
bundle.
Xbox line.
Oh, okay.
Xbox Essentials.
So then, Double Agent,
Yep.
Conviction, which I don't remember a whole lot about.
Is that the one where he was
that was
like,
the woolen jumper one, cargo pants.
Was-
Wasn't in Third Echelon.
was Conviction
Right.
the one where like they had that really cool gameplay trailer where he's throwing tables at people and then it got
I think
delayed
so,
and
and
it was
then it,
nothing like
yeah,
that?
There was
yeah,
no
I'm pretty
table
sure.
throwing
I was
again?
so
No, you
sad
couldn't
there was
throw
no
any
table
tables.
throwing.
And then it was Blacklist.
Yeah.
2013.
Okay.
Wow, it's
Wow,
been a while since.
That has
Don't
been a
say
while.
that out loud.
Yeah.
See, like
We're all getting old.
Like,
Ugh.
if they do a new Splinter Cell game, like I'd be like, cool, it's been long
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Just
It
give
was
us
always
that.
up there with Hitman for me.
Yeah, very different,
Yeah.
but also
Blacklist.
very similar in there's that stealth
The
element.
feel.
But a lot of people
yeah.
were cranky with Blacklist because they removed, there were, I think, maybe 2 in total levels or parts of levels where it forced you to go all out. To escape
okay.
or something like that.
Right.
And people were really cranky because you could not 100% stealth the
I
game.
see.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
but
just-
but that'd be
it was
good
like-
if you used it properly. Like if it was a story-driven thing. Like
If it's story driven, and that's why I
Yeah.
play those games for because I think
it's one of those
Good
things
stories.
where
I like
like
good
if when you have a game like Splinter Cell and the whole thing is like ultimate focus on stealth. Like you can go all out and go crazy and do whatever you want, but like if you are the ghost who walks or whatever they call Sam Fisher, you 100% stealth it. And if you suddenly go like, all right, sometimes you can't, no matter what you do. Like I can see why people go like, but I wanted to do the 100% stealth. It was a little bit like that with Metal Gear, but I think Metal Gear had more. It had more story interwoven into what you were doing in the missions.
Yeah.
So when you
It's a lot more linear, realistically.
yeah, so I think a lot of it was like if you didn't get seen, great, but if you did get seen, but if you didn't kill,
Yeah.
you still got
You
away.
still got away.
That kind of was a victory for you, the silent not kill guy.
As long as it lets you know that, yes, you're going to have to go not silent. Like,
Yeah.
So it's obvious. So you're not just
Yeah.
banging your head against the wall trying to go, why can't I do this
it's
still?
not going to punish you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, have some character interaction, have some like dialogue or something to make sure that you understand that Sam's just like, wait, I'm going to have to kill a lot of people now.
I bet like I never played it, so this is
What?
This is
Yeah, no, me neither.
Oh, really? One of them's, or a couple of them are co-op.
I don't think
You
I
should-
played past
Conviction's definitely co-op. That's what I played that with Steven.
right
Conviction, yeah,
But-
that was pretty
but,
good. Yeah.
I was it one of those situations where you're going through the level and then there's like this cutscene and then Sam Fisher just does like a dumb shit maneuver that gets you in trouble and you're like, why would he do that?
Yeah.
Like was it something like that makes you angry that the character did something that seemed like out of character to both himself and your play style? Because if that was the case, I could understand why people would be mad at that instead of going like, all right, I understand why this happened. This has been building up. There's nothing I can do. And I'm just like in
Oh,
this
yeah,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah.
That annoys me in a lot of games. You're like, all right, they get me to set up my character and we're going to act like this. And then the cutscene comes and you're
Yeah.
like, no, that's clearly nothing. What? No.
You know what? I think one of my biggest pet peeves in games is you fight a boss and you beat the boss.
Oh,
it cuts to
yeah.
cutscene and you have lost to the boss.
Nice,
Yeah.
But if you lose to the
Yeah.
boss in the fight with the boss, then you have to do the boss fight again
Yeah.
because you got to win.
But
is
what
that?
if it's one of the ones where the boss gets to half health then the cutscene.
That's okay.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
you haven't
not-
technically.
Because
yeah,
then, because then,
yeah.
then it like kind of there's like a cut to black and like, you're pretty good, kid.
I don't like cutscenes in games where they don't honor whatever you're wearing.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
annoys
yeah.
What's just
Christ
happened
out
in
of me.
general prior
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that scene.
Immersion breaking.
Yeah.
Speaking of immersion, Nightwire.
Night City Wire 2 happened. It's the second in City Project Red's like videos explaining stuff that's coming up in there. They did a good slice of I guess customization content for if you want to start looking at roleplay stuff, because they as it turns out, when you make your character, one of the things you get to take is like where your character comes from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that will
Brooklyn.
give you kind of it's like they only showed off, I don't know, they didn't necessarily say there was only the 3 options, but they gave you like 3 options. So one was like a nomad, one was like a street guy, one was like a corpo. So they're fairly extreme to each other, but depending on what you take will give you, you know, different options when approaching different situations, and that's going to feed through a lot of the game, because it'll help you build, you know, your character's personality realistically. But that was a lot of it, because there was a lot in there to do with that, and that makes sense because they actually differ really, really vastly, which is super cool. But the other stuff they did was they showed off a bunch of weapons.
Yep.
You look like your heart just
Yeah,
stopped for
I
a
thought
second.
you shit yourself.
I didn't know what was
the whole
going
de-
wrong.
I saw the table moving. I'm like, oh
The
no.
whole desk moves.
I built this desk so no one trusts it. No, I'm just gonna put
So I
a drink on
see
it,
you lean
though.
on this part and it just like noticeably bows.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have added some extra legs.
have,
But,
have you attached them yet, though?
oh no, they're just
Okay.
cramped under there.
But okay, so yeah, they did that. They talked about a bunch of weapons. Cover's going to be a bigger deal than I thought, I think.
Okay.
It sounded because a lot of weapons that they talked about that you could get in it had ways to get around cover or get through cover, or you do a thing, and like they
you
talked
have
about the
cover or
fact
the
that
enemies cover.
I assume enemies have color, as well as some other stuff like smart things that go around stuff. So I assume cover in general is going to be a big deal. They're not going to go to give you cover button route or anything, but well, I assume, but no, they did a really good showing of a bunch of different weapons that look really varied, and they talked about the fact that there is going to be like, you know, your usual RPG loot system
Yeah.
with your you know, your legendaries and all that kind of stuff. They did show off some melee weapons, but then a couple days later said they weren't 100% happy with how the melee combat goes.
Okay.
So I know they're working on the combat
I mean, yeah,
stuff.
I know that people did say
So-
that the melee combat looked really clunky. That was the only
Yeah.
thing I heard from.
I did send. I
funny
think I
enough.
sent you that and said, "How do you feel about this?" Because
Yeah, it's like it's fine. It's an RPG.
Yeah.
Like there are some things that you can forgive in an RPG that you would normally go, "This is a deal breaker in a game for me."
Oh, God,
like,
yeah.
if it's an action game and your action's not good, then it's like, what? Get out of my
What
face.
was the point? Yeah.
But if it's an immersive RPG and the combat isn't great, if it's
Yeah.
like passable,
Yeah.
then that's okay. It's a lot like how the horse riding in The Witcher 3 was rat shit, but The Witcher 3 is still an incredible game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because it's not a horse riding sim.
Exactly.
It's
It's not Barbie horse
it doesn't
riding.
break the game. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, there was that. But that was mostly it. It was just a lot of like, hey, here's these big story elements that you're going to work on, and here is a pile of weapons and stuff that we get to show off and look pretty, and everyone can go, wow, I want the shotgun that pops people and stuff. So
I honestly just want to open the game and
that's
feel like
it.
I'm in Blade Runner.
Okay.
That would be like that atmosphere
yeah.
though
Now,
is
now you know,
Yeah.
Josh, you can actually already do that by going to Good Old Games and downloading Blade Runner the game.
Blade Runner the game.
No, I
I'm
don't feel
talking
like
I'm talking Blade Runner 2042.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not that much
I mean,
difference.
yeah, there's not a lot of difference to be
Yeah,
fair.
but it's
but you will. No, it's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
I'm not doing this. I'm not doing it.
Deus Ex had a certain Blade Runner-esque
It
feel
did.
to it.
Yeah,
didn't
it,
one?
it did feed into that really well.
Especially Human Revolution.
He can't
Yeah.
hit me because we're on video.
Exactly, it's live.
Just watch you shake as something lands under the table.
Could you imagine if he just like he flips the table, then brings out one of those legs that you've got there that aren't actually doing anything?
Just wait till I tell Jamie I preferred the new RoboCop.
Well, that's just because you've got bad taste. You think Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord? Like, we already know
That's not a
this.
matter of taste. That's a matter of fact.
I'll fucking slap you.
Like, honestly, like when you tell me that you like a thing that I don't like, I'm like, well, that's to be expected. Like, yeah, exactly. You think Superman is like the
best
best.
hero.
Yeah, when he's
Superhero.
like clearly not anymore.
He is by definition
The best
the
hero.
ultimate superhero.
Oh, jeez. That's great.
You guys suck. Who's your favorite superhero, Dave? If you had to pick one,
I don't have one.
Superman.
No,
Default.
he's got it too easy.
There you go.
He doesn't.
There you go.
Everyone uses that as an
Okay,
excuse.
he's super on Earth,
Yes.
Yes.
so he can do everything, and then he has a weakness where he's not super, so then he's not interesting at all.
Well, no. His weakness is kryptonite.
Yeah,
Right.
and he comes from Krypton, so you know.
Yeah. That's because he was born on, well, like, grew up on
but
Earth.
much like us, if someone exposes us to a rock or some dirt, we fall over in pain.
You don't know what kryptonite is made out of.
You don't know, man. You
No,
don't know. You weren't
kryptonite
there.
is where it came from. You don't know the chemical composition, right? If I shoved a rock that was covered in poison ivy, you would come out in a rash.
Are you telling me that kryptonite is just covered
Does
in
Superman
like plant
have?
juice?
Does
That's
Superman
why
have
it's green.
allergies?
No.
Is he like gluten intolerant or something?
What about trumpet flowers? Deadly.
Sure.
So
Parents,
do
by
you-
the way, who were home daycarers, have that in the backyard.
Wow.
Only in flower. No, but what I'm saying is there are flora and fauna on every planet, presumably, that can kill you.
Now, the interesting thing here is that like it doesn't matter.
How's
what-
this so hard to understand?
what
Our own sun would kill you if you stayed in it.
But it
Lock
won't.
it up.
But it's not going to. Is it going to kill Superman?
But our own son would not kill Superman.
No, but his own sun would.
But he couldn't get
Don't-
to his own son because he
don't-
can't fly on Krypton.
it's
which doesn't kill him.
kryptonite.
Don't
It's
you
from
remember?
Krypton.
Don't you
Yeah.
remember how one of the times he's died, it was because of our son?
Oh, that's right.
Because he got magic
he got,
cancer.
he got super cancer.
He got super cancer.
that was
So-
Superman
well,
All
of course he's
Star.
going to get super
He
cancer.
destroyed
It's not
an
like-
apartment.
He's not
like-
going to get Batman cancer.
No,
He
exactly.
destroyed Lois and Clark's apartment
By
by
sneezing.
sneezing.
Oh, same thing.
There's a certain expulsion of fluid.
Yeah. It
But
never ends
you
well.
can't honestly tell me you don't believe that
In Superman.
an element. You're not going to be serious.
We're not taking Superman seriously. What is wrong
now,
with
but here is an additional follow-up question. Okay, so let's
I can't
say
remember what.
let's
okay,
say
anyway.
let's say that kryptonite is not just a chunk of Krypton, as I was led to believe it was. It is a specific element from Krypton.
Which it is.
Why does it come in so many colors? And
Well,
why do
it's
they
most-
all have
okay.
a very different effect on Superman?
And why
One
do
makes
they
him kinda
always end
zany.
up here?
One makes him really angry. The other one makes him very
He's
sick.
an alien. All right. If you took cocaine, you might be really happy and like a lot of energy. If you smoked weed, you'd be really
Those
chill.
are very different things.
But they're different colors. They're, they're both drugs.
no,
But now you're saying kryptonite is not one thing;
That's
it's
not-
multiple different things.
But we
then.
don't understand the chemical
But
composition of it.
why have we never seen kryptonite?
It could have a
that doesn't
common
affect him?
ancestor. It could have a common, like, there's got to be a common denominator in there, and it could be that
Also, if Superman came on a spaceship pod that was made to like send him to a place where there would be life where he could be looked after, then how the hell did the kryptonite get here? It wasn't coming on the spaceship.
yeah. But in this universe, people can travel. Krypton literally blew up. Right? There's going to be bits and pieces of it floating through space
No,
very quickly.
okay.
In
Sorry.
space, unless you run into something, nothing's going to slow
So,
you down.
I'm going to chuck this out there, right? See, I remember a really specific episode of Smallville.
Smallville is shit. It
That
doesn't
matter.
count.
But it is like the
Even
easiest.
I will admit,
it is
no.
the easiest example I have
from the superfan.
to explain to you exactly what my problem with kryptonite is. One day he's
I hope
running
we stopped
around
recording and we didn't
being
notice.
Superman.
Yeah.
And like someone took something and they put it in a warehouse, and this is when he's like all like 10 or however old he is in Kansas. So I'm just gonna say 10. But he goes there to get the thing and he goes, "Oh, wait a minute, Why am I feeling drowsy? I suck. But it's just because there's just some kryptonite.
Yeah.
But
From a
that's
spaceship.
every fucking story that he ever has. He goes, I'm
Happens a
going to
lot.
go to a thing. Oh, there's kryptonite.
Do you-
I'm going to do a thing. Oh, there's kryptonite.
And Batman cries
everywhere.
about his parents every
Everywhere.
time.
That's
Yeah.
because
he
his
gets a
parents are
chance.
dead. Superman was followed around by rocks.
Superman's planet got blown up.
Does anyone remember the episode of Lois and Clark where Riker from Star Trek tried to melt Superman and his logic
Yeah.
was,
Wait.
even steel
Wait,
melts when it
your
gets hot
defense
enough.
is that Batman is justifiably upset all the time. Like, get over it already, because your parents died. Superman lost his whole planet.
No,
Yeah, but he never knew them.
Everyone's parents died.
the problem is that everyone's parents being dead doesn't kill you. The weird rock that came from your planet and somehow half of your planet ended up on this one.
Technically, the planet killed everyone.
I guess Batman
So
and
therefore,
Superman,
it's also going to kill Superman.
I guess the Batman and Superman are very similar in a lot of ways. Like, so
Martha.
Martha, but also Superman's planet exploded, killed his parents. If his planet like hits him when he's a person now on planet Earth, he will also die. A gun killed Batman's parents, and a Batman could also kill Batman.
Yeah.
So I mean,
a gun could also kill
honestly,
Batman,
they are
if you
truly
mean. Yeah.
yin and yang, two sides of the same coin. And I can't believe you don't have the corresponding Batman poster to go with
other
that
side.
Superman
Batman's
poster.
not a superhero.
But they're the yin and yang of the same coin.
they're not.
I just went through this.
First, it's yin and yang, not yang. Did you know that?
No,
I bet you didn't know that.
I bet I don't care.
Secondly, why would you put Batman back to back with Superman?
Not back to back, they're front to front.
One-
So they can kiss.
Tip to tip. We've gone over this. One,
What do you mean we've gone over this? we've
Josh-
gone over them going tip to tip. Everyone knows it. They don't talk, they just
Superman
kind of tip.
is
They
a
just-
bona fide superhero. Batman is not. Batman is literally someone that went and rolled around in the mud and got some ninja training.
He's a vigilante. That's because they are yin and yang. Yeah. Two sides of the same coin.
No, it's not. Two sides of the same coin would be like Superman and the Hulk.
No.
Hulk's a super. Oh, no, maybe
he's not.
Thor.
I was going to say, you're going to try and kill Hulk with rocks. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I mean, it's all
Because,
made
like,
up.
there's no winning with you
Superman
people.
is really strong, but Batman is not really strong. He's
like the
just
Book of
normal
Mormon.
strong. Yeah, it's just like the Book of Mormon.
It's bullshit.
Much like in the
I'm
Book of
lost
Mormon, Batman and Superman are yin and yang, two sides of the same coin.
I'm waiting for the Batman Book of Mormon crossover. It's coming all the time.
Wow. You know
You're
what? I
embarrassing
bet
yourself. Let's
Superman
move on.
could probably
So
stop-
Cyberpunk,
Actually,
hey, yeah, how about that?
See, I was going to say like Superman could probably stop this, but I'm sure Batman actually probably would have more chance of stopping this portion I'm going to talk about. Was that another Ubisoft exec, the creative director from Assassin's Creed Valhalla, has been fired now
I thought you were
because
gonna-
of shenanigans.
I thought this was going to be
no.
like a smooth as silk transition into the new Suicide Squad game from Rocksteady.
That's because I didn't do the segue. That's why I'm the
zero
segue
interest in
person.
Suicide Squad. I'm sorry.
But
have
it's a
the-
Rocksteady game. I'm interested in Rocksteady games, and I think you get to kill Superman.
Impossible.
Maybe you are interested.
Maybe I am interested.
17 different types of
All right,
kryptonite.
no, wait. Before we move on, yes or no? Injustice Superman, a lot more interesting.
Oh yeah, way more interesting because
Actually, I would say that my favorite Superman iteration that I've seen in a long time is just the one that they had in the Harley Quinn show. He's just a big doof. He's like he's really powerful. He's really fun. Like
Yeah.
I like him. He's like he's trying to help like Damian Wayne find an arch villain. He's acting like a big uncle.
Oh,
Just
wow.
going like, go get him, kid. Okay, off you go. And he just flies off.
Then again, Injustice made Aquaman look cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean
Not even Jason Momoa could do that.
I mean, they made him really cool in the Justice League animated series as well.
Yeah.
And in Batman Beyond, he was cool in a different way. He was like a common ball.
because he was
Like, you can make Aquaman cool. I think that you shouldn't treat Aquaman too seriously, to be honest. I think he's
Dude
like...
talks to fish. Just
I think, like... He,
Have you seen The Boys?
no.
On Amazon?
Oh no,
Oh,
no. I kind of mean to
I
watch
know
it
about
at one
the
point,
deep,
but I
though.
haven't seen it. Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
We're gonna. Yep, there's a game coming up where you can kill Superman.
Anyway, yeah,
Irrelevant.
sorry.
All right.
But Ubisoft.
Ubisoft.
So this is
Still
actually
scum.
like a slightly different skew than we used to at this point because like whenever we hear this stuff, it's like, oh, they're touching people that are too young, or they're sending dick pics around. Like, it's all that kind of stuff. But it was actually just a dude saying to someone else in his workplace, no, I'm totally not married. We can fuck. And then, like, down the track, they found out that he has a wife and all this other kind of stuff. And
Classy.
yeah, so
I mean,
just
morally not great, but viable.
I think it is at this point, because it's basically that whole deception thing. Like, you're lying to get
And what's
laid.
the power imbalance? Like,
Yeah.
was he
Yeah,
in
yeah.
a position of power?
Because I do
Yeah.
know that whoever it was that it was with was on a lower position. Cause
And
I
let's
think
face
was
it, as
creative
I've
director.
passionately gone over
Yeah.
before, I think the legitimate reasons for people coming forward and
Yeah,
exposing people, I think just it's changing the landscape.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
a
for
lot
sure.
of these companies in particular are very wary of any
Yeah.
any kind of issue or potential concern.
It's just amazing to me that game developers get laid. Like, you hear, no, I mean, like, you hear so much about crunch. Like, you would think they don't have time for anything.
This is the creative director. He's not probably not.
Ah,
part of
no
that.
wonder.
Yeah, no,
It's
he's
Assassin's
so-
Creed.
and
I mean, he
maybe-
doesn't need to be that
And
creative
he would
anymore.
use the
It's-
power imbalance because they'd be like, I guess so. It's time off from working on the game.
I'm just got to work on something else.
Yeah. It's,
I got to spin on his dick like a Beyblade.
but what's a
what are
Beyblade?
Beyblades?
Have you heard of Garen? Right.
Right. So we start down the League of Legends trail. But no, I saw that today, because initially there was like just some allegations, and so they were just, we don't know, and then they actually confirmed that he was being a scumbag, and
Yeah.
so now he's been offed.
Yep.
Good.
Officially.
It's not the kind of person you want in the
Not really, like, especially if
Position
you're
of
going to
power.
try and build like a team that cares about each
Yeah,
other.
exactly.
You don't want one of them to be lying.
Well,
to
he cares
bang
probably
everyone.
a bit too much about his
Yeah.
team and less so his wife. But
Yeah.
Yeah, he cares too much about his dick.
cool.
Nod. Everyone
Thinking with your
agrees.
team.
Yeah.
Pants priorities. clearly.
that's it.
So-
But on industry news, we all finished talking about this man's
Yeah.
penis. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Epic.
Yes.
yeah.
Taking it to Apple.
Yeah.
So, bit of background. Do you know about this? You heard about this, Dave?
I know they've removed Fortnite, haven't they? Did Apple remove Fortnite?
So
That's about all I know.
Fortnite tried to circumvent, or Epic via Fortnite tried to circumvent Apple's terms and conditions, or sorry, not so much terms and conditions. It was a violation of the terms and conditions,
they wanted,
but they wanted to pocket money without giving Apple their cut by putting a built-in payment system
in
in the
their game.
Fortnite.
in the game rather than
you
like
either,
store.
you either
Yeah.
paid $10 to Apple to have the whatever the content was, or you paid Epic $8.
I was going to say to be slightly less.
In-app.
In-app, yeah.
And so Apple swiftly got rid of it. Epic were very obviously expecting that to happen because they almost immediately after it got removed released a parody ad of like the 1984 Mac reveal.
All right.
Something about fighting for 2020 before it turns into 1984.
Yeah,
or
no.
something.
So Apple back in
Like-
the day were all about
The antithesis.
of like Microsoft
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah, fight the power, be creative.
Yeah.
It just
And
works
so
well.
Epic basically took them to task and said,
Yeah.
"Look what you've become. You are everything that you were trying to, The irony, though, of Epic of all companies,
Yeah. Yeah, the guys that-
trying to claim that someone like Apple are holding a monopoly over a
Yeah.
particular market or something like that. Apple, don't get me wrong, some dodgy business practices.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
they will do everything they can to keep you in their ecosystem.
It's just rich people pissing in each other's mouth.
Yeah.
They
Well,
everyone is like, no one cares. It's dumb. But
Which multi-billion-dollar corporation do you want to win?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just that.
So, but the thing I take issue with, and Epic have done this really well because a lot of people are suddenly defending them or jumping on their side, is they're like they're like a wolf in sheep's clothes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
they
Guys.
certainly don't have the history that Apple do.
Just
as
because
far-
they haven't been around as long. But
Exactly.
It's Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose.
We lose.
yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
we can do.
I mean, I like their free games. I'm liking Epic's free games.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and that's
That's what I'm saying. Their
They're,
marketing
they're sucking me in.
Yeah, their marketing department needs a raise.
Yeah. It's, no, their marketing department.
Because Epic, when they first announced the big entry into the PC market, in particular, was really, it wasn't that well received, and then there were timed exclusives that people didn't like. And
Epic's entry into the PC market was really all just serendipity because they already had like the Epic Store, they had the Epic launcher. That thing had been around for years.
Yeah.
And then suddenly everyone was playing Fortnite, and so they
Mm-hmm.
went, "We'll take these Fortnite bucks and we will like put them into giving free games
Yeah.
that people will want to play." So they'll come and they'll grab these new releases, and that will slowly just get them used to using the Epic Store. And that is, it's definitely like spending money to make money because like more people will be more inclined to use the Epic launcher because they've already got all these games and they've met friends through Fortnite somehow. And it's one of those things where it's a strategy that could eventually, if they stick with it long enough, work. I wonder what's going to happen now that Trump's been threatening to ban Tencent. Do you guys hear about that?
because
Remember
that's
that?
like, they have like a 40% stake in that now, don't they, or something?
yeah,
It's-
but
it's
Trump
yeah,
threatens a lot of
insane.
things.
Yeah, but he just does executive orders like whenever he sneezes.
I know, but they still can get vetoed though.
Yeah, most of them are stuck though. Like that's the thing. I think like what is it? TikTok, the banning of that was something that everyone was just like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But then I think now it's got like a 25-day deadline or something.
Oh,
Got to
really?
be bought by some
It's
other.
either got to be bought by an American company specifically, or it's just disappearing from America.
It'll just probably
Good
be a
luck
shell
with that.
company.
Governments don't have a good track record of
Microsoft's already
blocking
looking
things
at buying
online.
it. So yeah, Microsoft's actually looking at hopping on that anyway.
They'll sell it off eventually.
Yeah,
themselves.
true. Yeah, because that's what they do.
Back to the Chinese.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. They'll wait till the dust settles, then they'll sell it back for a profit. But I think the thing with like that specifically, that example is that he got like that was Trump getting mad that they could make fun of him so freely on there and he couldn't regulate it mostly. But then it was like
He
they
should not go on
veiled it.
Reddit.
Yeah, they veiled it as being about privacy protection thing because it had there's a whole bunch of like, I'm stealing your data stuff. But then it's like, man, everything does it. Facebook,
Facebook, Twitter,
like
so
messaging,
on.
your goddamn bank app does it.
But
Like,
that's
just
staying
stop.
in
Hey,
country.
everyone does
He
it.
doesn't
Like-
want it to go to China.
Yeah, he just doesn't want it to
Tons
get
of
out.
scumbags do it, but they're our scumbags.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Why does my weather app want to make phone calls?
Yeah,
What's going on?
yeah.
Like,
Why does it want access to my camera?
okay, yeah.
Yeah, say what you will about Android, but it's a lot easier to track what's got access to what.
Yeah.
versus
Yeah,
iPhone.
I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up Trump. Video games are fun, and I like them a lot.
Actually, what
I'm
else
a big
on
fan.
the-
Yeah, I'm not
thing?
going to get started on
Dead
not
by
gonna
Daylight.
cause-
Dead by Daylight.
I don't know if you guys have played it much.
No.
It's
I
like a
have a little bit.
asymmetrical multiplayer
Yes.
thing. It's pretty. I've played it a bit. You can tell it's still kind of early days for it, even though technically it
I thought
should
they'd
be
been out for a
early
while.
days.
I swear I
It-
played like the
that's-
second one or
That's
something.
why I'm saying it's still janky, but it's there.
Right.
But they keep adding stuff to it, and like because it's an asymmetrical horror multiplayer thing where one of you plays as the bad like Freddy or like
Right, or the Jason.
a clown or this big nightmare demon thing, all this kind of stuff. And then the other four are supposed to run around and like start generators to make light happen,
yeah.
and it
Are
all
they
makes
meant
noise.
to try to
and-
escape, or are they
yeah,
meant to try to?
that's
defeat
why they
the
got to
monster?
start the generators.
Right.
And
They got to start
survive
the
and
generators, so they open the thing.
Sounds
and you can
eerily familiar.
it's pretty fun.
It's right up your alley, Josh.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Starting
I'm not
damn
good at it. I
generators.
kind of want Josh to play
No.
it. I want us all to just jump
No.
into a server
Well,
as
the-
the
the-
survivors.
So there's what he is
Yeah.
the one survivor, and we're all like the monsters.
That'd be funny. I
Well,
kind of wish you
the
could
thing
do
is,
that.
Josh, eventually you get your turn
But-
of being the monster.
Doesn't matter.
Well, no, you don't.
Scary.
I'm
You-
scared
you-
of
not in this
Yeah.
version. No,
you
no.
actually don't. You get to choose when you go in there. You choose whether you want to be a monster looking for players or you want to be players looking
Isn't
for
this
monsters.
Freddy versus... Wait,
There's another one called
Freddy
Friday
versus-
the 13th.
or Friday
that
the-
is
Yeah,
a Freddy
right.
version
Yeah,
of
that's
that.
it's the same kind of thing.
I've seen that
Yeah.
played
Yeah,
on stream, yeah.
But just recently they added like some Silent Hill stuff.
Oh yeah, it could be Pyramid
You
Head.
can be Pyramid Head and
Don't
like
care.
all this other kind of
Means
stuff.
nothing.
It's pretty cool, but they just added, or they're just adding crossplay. So now the ecosystem's getting bigger and more inclusive.
So now you can hunt down the Xbox noobs.
yeah, you can hunt down the Stooges on whatever they're playing with, which is
Okay.
nice. The
Yeah,
only
cool.
the only thing that's missing from it at the minute is cross saves, like cross progression. You do still need your own account on whatever platform you're playing on. You can't transition between. But it's cool that they're like, and let's face it, I can't even remember who the developer is. I feel a little bit bad, but even they're just like, yeah, this is a good idea.
Yeah.
I just want more people to think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
When you say
crossplay is great.
cross-platform, is that Sony as well?
Yeah. That's all.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
everything.
It's finally
That's-
happening.
I
in
thought
lots
Sony
of
were
things.
closed to.
They're
Like,
close to close.
They
I think
wanted to be.
Yeah.
They're
But I
slowly
think they
opening the
fought it for
gates.
so long. Like, because I actually, last night I was playing a bunch of Sea of Thieves, and
People on the PlayStation showed up.
amusingly enough, we could tell that there were PC players. Why? Because they were having
They were
legitimate
better.
text chats.
Right,
Oh,
right.
That was it. No, they weren't fucking. No one's good at Sea of Thieves, Josh. Like, how do you not understand that? No one's actually
You can
good
get
at
good
Sea of Thieves.
You can
You,
get
you know what?
There's some very good streamers who are do some impressive
You-
stuff.
You know what
Good.
really grinds my gears about Sea of Thieves? I don't like the melee
You played too
combat.
much.
No, I like
You
the
burnt out on it.
I did, but the melee combat, like you go 1, 2, 3, and then your guy just is like, well, that's enough for now. Oh, wait a second, and then all right, 1, 2, 3, okay. Now we're gonna
Yeah, because you take a
second.
break if you're
Yeah.
being killed by like undead
Like
zombie or
it's
skeletons.
just
or
like I feel like they need to refine the melee combat a bit to be a bit more dynamic instead of like you take 3 swings and you backpedal and hope.
I will admit,
You know?
I feel like the game isn't really geared for that, though.
No, it's
You know
not.
what I
But
mean?
you
It's-
can.
it's-
You
That's
can,
a small part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a small part of it, but there are a lot of missions where it's like go and hunt these skeletons and go and get
It
these
reminds
things.
me
Yeah.
of The Witcher, where the horse riding is not great.
But the rest of it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that was the thing. Like
To
this,
use
this-
Jamie's example.
that's a good point. However, like the Witcher's combat was pretty good, so I would
Witcher
like
combat
it.
was some of the better.
I would like it.
sword
I would
power.
like it if
some of the
the
better RPG combat.
yeah. I'd like it if the combat in Sea of Thieves was pretty good.
On the subject of Sea of Thieves, which is still pretty popular, but we were just looking at an article with Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Infinitely.
Very
Like,
popular.
what was it? It was it's got more concurrent players than Sea of Thieves and other games.
I think it was like Sea of Thieves and 3 other games.
Yeah.
This is
And
another
it
one of those
yeah.
games that just came out of nowhere. I'd never heard of
Yeah.
it before.
Yeah, neither did I until
Yeah.
it happened.
And apparently, I'm hearing right now it's got more concurrent players than any game ever to live.
It's
Yeah.
really popular at the moment.
yeah.
Did it just
the
get-
devs are very active. I don't even think it's full release
Did
yet.
I
someone
don't think it
just
is. I think
stream
it's
it
in early
and-
still.
It's
Yeah.
being streamed a lot on Twitch.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
people who play other games go, I'll just have some, we'll play some of this Fall
This
Guys.
is
Yeah.
just like the new Player Unknown Battlegrounds.
Kind of.
Yeah,
this game
but
that
fun.
came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I'll say, but probably
But
fun.
fun.
People had
Yeah.
fun with that
Did they?
at the
PUBG.
start.
PUBG's fairly niche now in the market.
It is now, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you need a certain mentality to stick with it.
It goes to show that just being first to market doesn't mean you're gonna.
Nah.
It's not a guarantee of success.
You got to be competitive, like because PUBG kind of introduced a type of multiplayer game that
Yeah.
you didn't really see that much, and then other games took and ran with that because it was popular and refined it, and Epic made it so that you could build like a high-rise skyscraper mid-battle, and people
Yeah.
seemed to like that, and it just was one of those things where someone did it better, and,
Yeah.
and they did it for
Yeah.
free
Yeah.
as well.
Free helps.
But what I like about Fall Guys is it's drop in, drop out.
Okay.
There's no consequence. There's no one relying on you.
No. No.
It's done in waves. So like if you are the top 40 or 50 after the first obstacle course,
Yeah,
you
you
go
keep
on to the
going.
next
Yeah.
round,
Okay.
and then
Yeah.
it drops the bottom 50,
yeah.
and you can just queue straight back up again, kind of thing.
Oh, check it out, I
It
guess.
reminds me in the way, so you can. It's obstacle courses basically.
With some mini games in between.
With some mini games in between, and almost like gang beasts like
It's
physics.
got a
when you-
feel, yeah.
when you, but when you can actually push people off obstacle
Yeah.
course. They're trying to
Like,
run
you can
past.
jump on
Yeah,
them
it,
and
it really made me think of Human Fall Flat. Like just
Yeah.
the way the characters look and the feel of physics.
it just reminds me of a Japanese game show. That's what it just
Every time this stuff gets brought up, I think of Mount Your Friends, and it's not.
It's not like
that.
Mount Your
It's
Friends
not
at all.
like that at all. And I don't know why. I think it was around that same time I saw Mount Your Friends as well, and I was just like, well, massive muscular speedo
like-
wearing dick swinging guys versus big gang beasts.
Did you see
Not-
that there was a
not
Mount
quite.
Your Friends too?
No,
It's
Wow.
3D.
wow.
Please don't gift me
Those
that one.
physics.
not for streaming.
Mount Your Friends is actually really good.
Streaming, streaming.
Yep.
Yes. So I bought Nick the booby game.
Oh yeah, we can't stream that.
As opposed to all the other booby games.
No, but it was like top list of Steam.
I'm gonna go and find that.
When you said
Yeah.
top list, then it was sounded like you were going to say
list.
something else slightly different.
Yeah, it's trending on Pornhub.
Top list games.
It was just like the.
But no. Hold on. This is going to be. We're going to record this
Why this one?
you
because
you sent
because it
me
looks premium.
a gift
looks
copy
bad.
of the game, City of Broken Dreamers, Book 1.
Yes.
Ah.
It looks like one of those games where they take character models from Poser and then they just pose them up as sexily as they can, but something's always off.
We reference your love of titty games a lot, and I just feel like we
Listen to
need to
you.
give the people what they want.
Really, you think people want
It's what
this?
Josh wants. Let's go.
Well, I play Outlast, and you're the only people that want
You
it.
haven't kept playing Outlast yet. You
That's
need to
true.
get on that.
Play Outlast.
You get on. Tell you what, you get on to some Outlast, and the very next week I will get on to
No,
Book of
other way around,
Dreaming
because I've already
things.
played Outlast twice.
and I've played League of Legends twice.
No, you've played it
So
once.
twice.
Doesn't matter.
We weren't really aware of the second time. It's like,
Yeah. You didn't play with
I
us.
made you guys aware, but then
Yeah,
everyone was too busy.
Every time I played Outlast, you've been there. And not to support me like you first claimed you would,
Hey,
to ridicule
if
me.
you watch that video, I believe you will notice that I'm trying to
Did you
help.
support me when Jess walked in?
You
I didn't
may-
know it.
That was
Did
funny.
you give me a
That
heads
was-
up?
That was incredibly funny. That was.
You're like, oh, Josh,
Josh,
just
if
so
we
you know.
said, wait, look behind you.
Look behind you,
How
Josh.
would you process
something
that?
Yeah, I wouldn't have
behind
believed
you.
you.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Anyway,
Man, one time.
we'll figure out the order of who plays what.
concurrent.
That is your next game.
Yeah,
All right,
it is
you've
installed.
got. We've
I did
released
install it.
But we've released all the Monster Hunter. Yes.
Yeah.
That's all out there.
Yeah, that's this week. That's
Payday.
done.
We'll get around and playing some more games together.
Yeah.
But individuals, I'll play more Outlast if you play that game.
I don't believe you.
I swear on the lives of my dog.
The lives of your dog. How many lives does your dog have? Just out of interest.
6.
Already an inconsistency.
No, I will play more Outlast. I'll play it tomorrow. I don't care.
All right, play it.
All
tomorrow.
right. Sweet.
If I play it tomorrow, you better play it the next Monday night.
So I guess
I know you'll change overnight.
Yeah.
The real question is, what will you play Booby Game on? Because you can't stream that thing.
No,
'cause it's a
you don't
Booby
have
game.
to stream it.
You just wanted
I
to
just wanted
play
to
it.
sit down and play it and record it. So we can
Not
put
just
it
sit
out
down
as a
and play it in
VOD.
my own time. Oh.
It needs to be a VOD. I don't need face cam. I'm not,
God, I hope it's a funny game. If it's just like a really bad game that's like her tits jiggled in the moonlight.
We need to. No, we need to hear you. You need to give commentary.
No, Josh, I was going to give you like some nothing. It was just going to be this titty game just going forward.
If I hear any suspect motions in the background,
I think it would be great if we actually found you a titty game that was like really badly translated.
Oh, wow.
Like, just,
Why
just,
am I this guy? Why is...
Nick.
You're Nick the
I
titty
think
guy.
Because
If we-
Jamie started gifting you those
Yeah.
games years ago, pretty much.
No. I think if we sat down and opened our Steam libraries,
No, I know exactly.
and then we decided
Because
on who
Jamie
the titty
started giving
person
those
was
I
based
know
on
where
how
this
many
is
games
going.
there are.
I know.
Nick really likes him.
Exactly.
All Jamie's fault.
And you cannot prove that they were gifted.
Yeah.
I've got the emails giving me...
No one keeps those emails.
Look, just because you've got receipts in like both email and in the actual store history
Yeah.
doesn't mean that they were gifted to you by anyone in particular.
I maintain you created a second account, gifted them to
The
yourself.
same name as Jamie's.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
with the same name that Jamie
A
has.
very clever ploy,
over
Nicholas.
years, yeah.
I think we've gone a little off track.
We have.
How
Josh.
unusual for us.
That never happens. I don't even know what else we had to talk about. So
I just hope our computer doesn't crash again.
All right. Well, maybe we should wrap it up here.
Probably.
All
might
right.
be a good idea.
Okay. Well, here we go. We're wrapping it up. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Until next time, I've been Jamie.
I've been Nick.
I've been Josh.
And I'm still Dave.
All right. Thank you.